Gracious God, creator of the universe, and yet the lover of my soul. Alpha and Omega, and yet I can call you friend. I don't have to beg you for anything, but I can thank you for everything. God, I thank you because this is the day that you have made, and I can rejoice and be glad in it. Thank you for this day of magnificence and glory and splendor. God, I thank you for life, health, and for strength. I thank you for soundness of mind. I thank you for peace, love, and joy. I thank you for the essence of you that envelops me right now from the crown of my head to the soles of my feet. We thank you for this day of manifestation. We thank you for the day of revelation. We thank you for the day of impartation. We thank you as you move in the midst of your people to bring us to the greatest times that we've ever seen since the foundation of the world. Thank you, Lord, that for this time and for this season, you've allowed us to be a part of your move in the face of the earth. I thank you, God, for the revolution that you're bringing forth, God, even in the midst of the earth right now. And I thank you for the opportunity to be a part of what you're doing in this hour, because in the last days, saith God, you said you would pour out your spirit on all flesh. And so now we thank you for the pouring out. God, I thank you for the rain and the move of your spirit. I thank you for fresh oil. I thank you for new wine. I thank you for the new thing that you're doing. I thank you now that it does spring forth. I thank you, Lord, that you've called us to be the head and not the tail. You've called us to be above only and not beneath. You've called us to be the lender and not the borrower. You've called, God, that our storehouses would be full and increase. God, I thank you because even I decree and declare that the people under the sound of my voice, even now, are moving in the might of your strength, not by might nor by power, but by your spirit. I thank you for those that are the sons and daughters of God that are called because they walk not after the flesh, but after your spirit. I thank you for the rising up of the people of your kingdom. I thank you that your kingdom come. I thank you that your will be done, even now in earth as it is in heaven. I thank you, Lord, because you are moving in the midst of your people mightily as never before. Raise us up, oh God, to the standard of what you've called us to be. God, I thank you for the standard of greatness. I thank you for the standard of holiness. I thank you for the standard of moving as the sons and daughters of yours and not as vagabonds, not as those that never knew you, not as those that are confused and confounded, but God, those that know who they are in you. I thank you for the knowing. I thank you, God, for knowing you. I thank you for knowing your presence. Thank you for knowing your Holy Ghost power that gives us the ability to be successful. Your anointing that gives us the power to rise up and be called blessed. Thank you for that is in us. Thank you, God, for all things that pertain to life and godliness. Thank you because we are not confused. We are not deceived. And we thank you for that clarity of mind and the clarity of vision that allows us to walk forth as kings and queens, as princes and princesses in the kingdom that walk in the earth. We thank you that we are your beloved and we rise up as the apple of your eye. We rise up, oh God, as those that you love with all of your heart. And God, we love you back. I thank you for soundness of mind. I thank you for soundness of spirit. I thank you that healing is our bread. Healing is our deliverance. By the stripes of Jesus, we're already healed. And we speak forth that healing even now for those that need it. Thank you, God, for every stripe that was taken. Thank you for the bruising. Thank you that he was wounded for our transgressions, bruised for our iniquities. The chastisement of our peace was upon him. God, with those same stripes we declare and we speak healing in Jesus' name. We give you glory, we give you peace, we give you honor, we give you blessing, we give you might. We ascribe all of these things unto you because they are yours. Thank you, the fruit of my lips giving thanks unto your name, ever giving you all that is yours. Glory, honor, power, dominion, majesty, it's yours. I decree it and I speak it. In the mighty name of Jesus, it is so. Amen and amen. Good morning, good morning, good morning. I want to welcome you to a brand new week, you guys. I want to welcome you to Yes You O Cubed, one-on-one, just me and you. And I am your spiritual thought leader, Regina L. Stillman. And I'm so glad that you have joined me on today. Yes, today, this fine day is Tuesday, January the 18th in the year 2022. And I tell you what, this month is almost gone, y'all. It's almost gone, but we're here and I'm glad to be here. Listen, it's another day's journey, and I'm glad about it. I saw the eagle had landed in here. I'm going to say good morning to you. Yes, yes, yes. It's another day's journey, and I'm glad about it. I'm so glad that you have thought it well to join me here on this fine day in the Lion's Den. Now, you know how you do. You know how we do when we come in the Lion's Den. We like to always stop before we get started and just appreciate those that are in the Lion's Den and those that found their way to the love seat and to Grandpa Holmes's chair. So on today, we just want to go ahead and get this party started. We want to go ahead and get this party crack-a-lacking because they were in here, y'all. They were in here. So let's give them some love for making their way into the Lion's Den bright and early this morning. And the second runner-up to Grandpa Holmes's chair that's going to get her lips, hips, and fingertips on the love seat is none other than Shelly Thunder. Yes, Shelly Thunder, you are the one that got your lips, your hips, and your fingertips on the Grandpa Holmes's chair. We're going to give it up for you, sis. We're going to give it up for you. You know that's my girl. That's my thunder. That's my thunder and lightning. I love it. I love it. I love it. Thank you so much. Uh-oh, wait a minute. You didn't get Grandpa Holmes's chair. Let me get that right. Let me get that right and get my visuals right. Shelly, I think my visuals are so acclimated that when they hear your name, they just automatically pop up on the screen. You know, they just be like, did we hear thunder? Did we hear that? Boom, here we come. It's like, no. Y'all got to go back today. You got to go back today. Uh-oh, I'm putting everybody up there. I got my mod squad coming up. So at the end of the day, Shelly, no, you didn't get Grandpa Holmes's chair, but you did get the love seat. I'm going to give it up to you. And so much appreciation to you, girl. So much appreciation to you. Now, the actual first runner-up, let me go backwards. The first runner-up that got her lips, hips, and fingertips on the love seat with Shelly Thunder is none other than Miss Fabulous. Miss Fabulous, otherwise known as Mel Holiday. She did that. Miss Fabulous, come on and get your place on that chair. Get on the love seat. Come on. Get your place on the love seat and make yourself right at home. Tam says it's mighty comfy. She said that love seat is mighty comfy. I believe her. You didn't get the seat, but that's okay. Listen. We know you still out there. You still out here. You still out here, baby. We know you out there. Ain't nobody sleeping on that, Shelly Thunder. We know you out there. And today, to start this week off right, the winner of Grandpa Holmes's chair is none other than BTD Mom. You are the winner of Grandpa Holmes's chair. Come on up in here, sis. Come on up in here. You are the winner of Grandpa Holmes's chair. Let me get your beautiful face up there on the screen. Y'all give it up to BTD Mom, otherwise known as Anita Harvey. Listen, y'all been coveting that chair. Y'all not playing in here. And that's the way. BTD Mom is back in the chair, Rebel. BTD Mom is back in the chair. And y'all know I love you. And thank you, BTD Mom, Anita Harvey. I appreciate it. Look at, she's dancing. She done got up out the chair to dance. We're planning to get up out of here and do some cruising and some other kinds of vacationing and whatnot. Go ahead. You get in the chair when you want to and hop up and dance whenever you get ready. You got Main Man there, and I'm sure he will get you on the floor. Yes, he will. Get on the floor. I appreciate everybody because Grandpa Holmes's chair is the way we start the morning up in here. You guys bring that good energy, that good juju, that good karma, that good love up in here, and I appreciate everybody that makes their way to Grandpa Holmes's chair. Now I'm gonna go back and appreciate my mod squad. They are the most beautiful women that you ever wanted to meet in every way possible, naturally, spiritually. They just all that in a bag of chips. We start off with Shelly Thunder. Y'all know how we do it over here. You hear those? Did you hear the thunder roll? Shelly Thunder up above my head. I hear thunder in the air, and there must be a Shelly Thunder somewhere. I just appreciate her. She's followed up by none other than my ace Boom Coon, my day one, and really the person that keeps so much of this stream together. She really does. No matter the weather, her hair stays together. The Rebel Ink. And I appreciate her and being followed by none other than Michelle Brown.
Soprano. I call her my quiet storm because when she comes in the room, she will change the atmosphere just by being there. You see those three beautiful queens. They are all that and a bag of chips. Y'all go ahead. Please, please, please put all kinds of mad mod love. I always say mad love and mod love. It all goes together because these sisters right here keep the stream going, and I appreciate every last thing that they do. And so as we get ready to get this party crack-a-lacking and get this party started on this Tuesday, can y'all believe it's already Tuesday? As we get ready to get this party crack-a-lacking and going on this Tuesday, let's go ahead and get the coffee cups out. Get your coffee cup out. Get your coffee cup out. Because listen, it's time for us to get rolling up in here. And so, listen, I love it that you thought it well to come in and spend some time with me. So good morning, Shelly Thunder. I see you. BTD Mom, I see you. Auntie Diddy, I see you. Tall Pumps. Oh, Tall Pumps. And she pumps tall. That's my girl. I see you. Kim Possible 7-Eleven. Oh, thank heaven for 7-Eleven. And when Kim Possible's in the room, anything is possible when Kim Possible's in the room. You were on vacation, sis, and I hope you had a marvelous vacation because you sure deserved it. I hope you had a marvelous vacay, and welcome back. We missed you while you were gone. Y'all check her out on Fridays along with Crazy Berry Town. They head up and host our Good Grief segment 12 noon every Friday. 12 noon every Friday. We meet you here for Good Grief. Kim Possible, welcome back. I feel like welcome Cotter. Welcome back, welcome back, welcome back. The Rebel Inc., I see you. She is a streamer. If you're not following her, please follow the Rebel Inc. Rebel came on Sunday and took us to church. Church of Funk came on Sunday and we had a Holy Ghost good time. Do you hear me? I mean to tell you, the spirit fell this Sunday morning in Church of Funk, and I'm telling you, and I'm not just saying that as I do a lot of talking, a lot of gabbing, a lot of jabbing, but listen, I'm telling you for real, the Spirit of the Lord was in Rebel's stream on Sunday and it was powerful. So Rebel, I see you. If you're not following her, you want to click her name and go press the like and the follow button, and you probably want to subscribe because she will bless your whole life. Mother of Diddy, I see you. And she's Mother of Diddy, and we had Auntie Diddy, and they are cohorts of Uncle Diddy, who is a streamer. He may not be in here right now, but listen, here or not, you all go follow him. He is a streamer, and I love me some Uncle Diddy. Good morning to you. I see you, I see you, I see you. Come on in the room, Mel Holiday. You're here. We're so glad that you're here. And again, congratulations to getting your lips, hips, and fingertips on that love seat this morning. And listen, while we're right here, let's put some praying hands in there. Prayers outstretched and extended to Mel Holiday. When we left out on Friday, her auntie passed later that morning. And so I want you all sending prayers up and words of condolences to Mel Holiday on this morning. We got mad love for you, girl, and we're praying for you and your family in this time of bereavement in the loss of your aunt. The eagle has landed, y'all. Pastor Baloo is in the house. This is my Mount Zion Travelers. Zion Travelers, brother. Listen, you ain't had no singing, playing, and preaching till you go to Zion Travelers. It's another day's journey, and I'm so glad. I'm just glad about it that my brother is here with us. My brother from another mother. I love this man and his wife. They're both. Her name is Pearline, and she is a pearl. What I tell y'all Sunday, we're done with pearl dust because the price is in the pearls. The price is in the pearls. So they got pearls, they got eagles, they got everything you need over there at Zion Travelers in KCK. Listen, I see you, Mac522, who is also a streamer, but beautiful sister that I just encountered. If you're not following her, please follow her. Anita Harvey, I see you. Coming on up, coming on up. Truck Driver 57 is my Mufasa. I see you, man. That's my chief lion in the lion's den, and that's my brother. I love you so, so, so much. Coming on up here, I want to make sure I get everybody. BTD Mom, I'm going to say good morning to you again, and congratulations for getting the Lion's Den, the Lion's chair, Grandpa Holmes's chair. Appreciate you so much. Now, let's get this party crack-a-lacking. Let's get no pearl dust, tall pumps. No pearl dust. We're done with that. And anybody, if you want a brief abbreviated version of that sermon on Sunday afternoon, stop casting your pearl to the swine and coming back here with pearl dust, because pearl dust is not valuable at all. It's the pearls. Now let's get this. Monica L. Smith, I see you, girl. Come on in here, girl. Come on in. That's my baby, and nobody puts baby in the corner. Now let's get this party crack-a-lacking. Let's get this party started, and you know how I do. I like to have a little music along my way. So listen, let's get it cranked up. Let's hear what we got to, yes, what the Spirit is saying to the church on this morning. Let's hear what the Spirit is saying to the church, and let's get this party crack-a-lacking. And here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Now, you know how we start this off, the segment that I call While We Slumbered, Slept, and Slobbered. Here we go, here we go, here we go. Now, listen, there's a whole lot going on with COVID, and we're going to deal with that just in passing. I'm not going to talk on it a lot because at the end of the day, it's been here. And I know y'all tired of it. Y'all tired of COVID. I know you are. The news this morning is Dr. Fauci saying that potentially it seems that there may be, if this Omicron, which has been so strong, I want to say infectious, it's been so easily passed and from one to the other. He's saying in the news this morning, when we got up this morning, that possibly, I want to thank everybody that's following out there. Thank you for following. Thank you for following. I appreciate you. Now, he's saying that he thinks that Omicron could, he's not banking on it. He's not putting any money on it. He's not playing Jeopardy with it. 500 for, whatever. He's saying that because Omicron is spreading so fast and so furiously across the countrysides, that it may be the stop of the COVID spread if another variant doesn't come up. And that's a huge if another variant doesn't come up. Maybe Omicron will get us over the finish line, if I can say it that way, to ending this ongoing endemic. It just won't stop. There's no end in sight. So after this length of time, and with Omicron, and listen, Omicron is not playing. It's everywhere. Everywhere you turn. If you look at it in actuality, and the only reason I really talked about it this morning, because I really have not been focusing our attention on COVID, because we're just COVID tired. The conversation is tired. The discussion is tired. The arguing about this and that and the other, it's all tired. So at the end of the day, we're looking and we're understanding that the numbers, though, are higher than they've ever been. Even the whole lifetime of Rona, the numbers are higher than they've ever been right now during the whole lifespan of this outbreak pandemic. So I just wanted to mention this morning that he's saying there could be some hope in sight. Omicron might be the thing that gets us over to where they're talking about herd immunity and all of that. So, it could be if, and so much, I don't know, at the end of the day, we just don't know. We just don't know. And I hope that we will get to another phase in our life existence that's not dominated by the word COVID. I know y'all feel the same way, because listen, the saints are tired. The saints are tired. So at the end of the day, let's keep it moving. Let's keep it moving. Yesterday, I'll come here because something that's very, yes, Lord is right, Rebel. We tired. We sick of Rona. Go back to the pit and the gates of hell. Listen, I feel, listen, let me go ahead and give one right here. Because Rona, we tired. Could it be me. The devil. Baby, it ain't nothing but that old slimy devil. And we sick of Rona. So, you know, macarona, sickarona, raviona, all the Ronas. We send all the Ronas back to the pit from whence you come, because we're tired of you. Yes, we're sick. We're tired. We're done with you. Be gone. Get out of here. So listen, the devil, we've had enough. Me and the devil, they used to sing a song back in the day. Me and the devil had a tussle, but I won. Yes. Oh, Tall Pumps, I see. Tired. We are tired of it. Let me take my shades off, because you know I don't just throw shades, I shed light. Your best friend, as the whole Rona culture has her depressed and feeling suicidal. Listen, Tall Pumps, you hit something that definitely needs to be addressed. There are a whole lot of people, sis, that are depressed, and so many prayers going out, absolutely positively, so many prayers going out to her and others. We talked about this a little bit the other day, in the reality that the young people, when I tell you, I'm talking to teenagers, and teenagers are suicidal. They're tired. I think that not only just about Rona, but Rona has thrown such a monkey wrench in these young people's lives. As Michelle said, her daughter was a senior going into Rona, and it just was such a challenge to navigate. They've been robbed of many of the things that we got to do. Senior skip day, and something as simple as that. You done skipped a whole year. So there is no senior skip day. There is no senior trip. There is no senior, all the activities that we were allowed and given the opportunity to do. All of those things, these young folks have missed all of that, unfortunately. And they're just... They're just having to survive. Now, if I'm just looking at seniors, prom, all of those types of things. Yeah. So imagine, even with our babies in elementary school, Jonna CPW was talking about it even with her children, and how they're talking about the social development that the children have missed because the 2 years that they've been at home and not in school, they've missed those social skills. It's not just about the learning and the book knowledge. It's also about social development and the lack thereof in this instance, because there was no stimulation in a normal way for them to develop those social skills. And those interactions are critical to little children in their development. So I think in a lot of ways we've downplayed and not paid attention. But then I'm so glad that Tall Pumps brings up this very valid point. Even our seniors, even our adults, even our grown-ups are struggling with having had 2 years separated from normalcy in human contact. It's having and taking its toll. So prayers going up, Tall Pumps. Thank you so much for the prayer. Y'all know how we do it in the Lion's Den. There is no problem in here throwing up the hands and praying, because listen, all day long, we know that prayer changes things. So listen, we're praying, we're sending up timber, we're lifting her up, all of those things that we can do. We're sending that energy, the love, the power of God, everything in your friend's direction. And thank you for loving her enough to come in the Lion's Den and say, hey, will y'all pray for my friend? And I appreciate you even for that, because that means so much. That means so much. That's what friends are for, y'all. That's what friends are for. I love it. I love it. That's what friends are for. Thank you, Tall Pumps. Now, I want to, as we look at everything that's going on, yesterday, as I said, was Martin Luther King Rally Day. They went through, I can remember when I was a manager at the city of Kansas City, Kansas, and we were going through the fight and the struggle of getting the MLK Celebration Day observed. And we were just going ahead, and everybody was just taking the day off, and we were having a celebration, even though it had not been recognized yet by the federal federal government, and we would go to Civic Center and we would do everything that we could. Shelby Nicole Cosplay, I see you. She is a streamer. If you're not following her, please follow Shelby Nicole Cosplay. So much love coming to you. And good morning. Good morning to you, Shelby. Now, we were just going ahead, full steam ahead, and we were celebrating without the national holiday. We were taking the day off. We were using our sick leave and our sick pay and our paid leave, whatever way we had to take it. And we would go and we would celebrate MLK. And listen, in the tradition of Black church and Black preachers, they held that daggum service all day long. I mean, listen, they felt like if you come into, now we turned the Civic Center into the house of the Lord for that one day. We turned the Civic Center into the house of the Lord for that one day. And them folk didn't know how to go home. They started early in the morning. They said, listen, I took my 8 hours off at work. I'm gonna get my money's worth. They started early in the morning and they went all the way into dark 30, and we sat there and they talked and they talked and we sang and they talked and they talked and we sang and sang again and they talked. And we celebrated Dr. King. Let me tell you what, we celebrated Dr. King. Everybody had to preach, BTD Mom. Everybody that got to the mic. And I don't care, it'd be like, it's almost like a funeral. You got 2 minutes. Why do they put 2 minutes on the funeral program when they know those folk gonna get up there and talk for a half hour each? Everybody's gonna get up there and eulogize the preacher. When they say 2 minutes on the funeral program for remarks, 2 minutes on the funeral program for remarks is for you to have personal accounts about your friend. You are not the eulogist. That's not your cue. It's my time to shine and grab the microphone and just start having diarrhea of the lips. 2 minutes is 2 minutes. 2 minutes is 60 seconds 2 times. Can you understand the words that are coming out of my mouth? 2 minutes are 60 seconds 2 times, but y'all got 60 seconds 10 times. Y'all got 60 seconds 15 times. Y'all got 60 seconds 20 times. And then you put the eulogist up and folks start getting up, walking out when they up talking and having the eulogy because they done heard y'all. That's the same thing we did at the MLK celebration. Everybody was supposed to have 2 minutes and everybody just got up and listen, y'all. Can you sing your song without singing your song for 30 minutes? Listen, Rebel said you walks out. You and a whole lot of others, you just walks out. I tell you what, and as an officiant, I tell you, and I listen, my father taught me well. He said a eulogy is not for your Sunday morning sermon. A eulogy is a sermonette, E-T-T-E on the end. That means you just give a small abbreviation of a sermon. It ain't a full sermon. These jokers get up here and preach a whole entire Sunday morning evangelism service sermon at somebody's eulogy for the funeral, and I'm sick of it. But listen, this is the thing that I'll say. I've been taught how to have a sermonette and eulogize, and the saints are walking out because they tired. Listen, some of the family got to go out. It's just a snippet, BTD Mom, just a snippet. Somebody didn't preach. Listen, ministers in training class missed that section because these jokers preach a whole daggum sermon. I ain't lying. So, I'm sitting here and I've got timely remarks prepared, and I'm watching half the folk get up and walk out. Some of y'all need a smoke break, but that's okay. And then the other half, the family got to get up and go to the bathroom. I've been sitting here and my bladder starts to matter. I can't hold this no longer. Y'all done talked me into oblivion. So by the time those senior citizens that had to go to the bathroom get back, the eulogy is over and we having benediction. So listen, y'all, I want y'all to learn, if you don't learn anything else from the Martin Luther King celebration, and I done took that to funerals too, make it short. They told me when I was growing up, KISS, keep it short and sweet. Kiss it, KISS, keep it short and sweet. But the Saints don't know nothing about kissing it now, honey. They just get all in and have a whole entanglement. The smoke break, Kim Possible. They need a smoke break. They need a smoke. I'm going to tell the truth. I'm going to tell what God loves. And they ain't just smoking regular tobacco out there. They got wacky tobacco. They got groceries. They got trees. They got something that'll soothe you and ail you, help your ailing body. They got everything out there. They got the whole CBD market out there. Out of order, Kim Possible, just out of order. I'm trying to tell you, you goes out and smokes a ham. You smoke ham, turkey, and ham hocks. You done smoked all of that, Rebel. Listen, Brother John, Raw Confessions, folk don't know what to say when they get up. You can't give everybody the microphone at a funeral, people. I'm just trying to help you out. I'm trying to hope you. You can't give everybody a microphone at the funeral, y'all. Folks just don't know what to say. You can't give everybody the microphone at the Martin Luther King celebrations either. Folk don't know what to say, how to say it, how long to say it, and when to sit your lips, hips, and fingertips down. Sit down. Sat down, as my friend from Arkansas said. Sat down. Woo! I'm telling you, Tall Pump said, but did they take up offering in full communion with the jungle juice? Dinner in the basement, child. Truck driver said they do that because they're happy to see a large crowd, so they don't have to. Listen, truck driver, you're not far from the truth. You're not far from the truth. I'm telling you, listen. I've seen it happen many times where, especially people that don't normally get up in front of a crowd, when they get a crowd, they just lose their whole mind. They lose all sense of everything. They like people, it's my time to shine. And they just go on and on. Even the people that get up and they don't know what to say, especially at the funeral. You know, I'm here. I don't know what to say. Well, why are you standing there? Sit down. If you don't know what to say and you don't have nothing to say, sit down, babies. Let the people that can talk say something and you hold your peace, but sit down. Why? Shelly Thunder, she had a full meal. She had a full meal. She smoked it all. She said, y'all smoking vegetation over there. I'm smoking meats. I got ham. I got ham hocks. I got ribs. I got everything. Y'all can smoke all the greens you want to. Smoke all the trees you want to. I'm smoking meats. Ooh, y'all silly. And she said they sell it in the parking lot. Y'all ain't got no sense. Y'all ain't got no sense. Tall Pumps, they been locked up and they opened the doors, all hoopla then busted out. Listen, you telling the truth, Tall Pumps and Truck Driver, because you can always tell the folks that are not acclimated and accustomed to having people to talk to, because they just can't. They just get diarrhea of the lips. They need KO Pectate to help stop that thing up, because they just don't know when to sit down and shut up. And I've told people that one of the hardest lessons I learned as a person in ministry: be careful who you give the mic to. If you don't know what's gonna come out of their mouths and you don't know what they're gonna say, please, sir, please, ma'am, don't give them a mic, because they will surprise you. They will embarrass you. They will humiliate you. They will shock you. You'll leave there shocked, stunned, and amazed. Excuse me. All at the same time. And so I just want you to know, you got to pay attention. Don't give everybody the mic. Please don't do it. Please don't do it. And then at the MLK celebration, now this is the thing about that. MLK celebration, it almost felt like you were sitting at a funeral for real, because they went through all the things you had at your regular memorial service for a funeral. You were going to have it. Listen, Dr. King done been eulogized and buried about 1,000 times. It's supposed to be a celebration, and this is my thing. Can we celebrate? Looking like deer in headlights, truck driver. Looking just like that. Look like deer. The mic ain't for everybody, Kim Possible. It's just not. I gave you a gold nugget right there. I see you, Cassandra, a spotlight in a spotlight, and it excites some people. It's hilarious. I'm telling you, it really, really is. If I can give that little nugget to some of you all, masters of ceremonies, MCs, preachers, pastors, whatever capacity, if you don't know what's getting ready to come out of that person's mic and mouth, and I don't care, they can come, and folks are bold nowadays. They'll walk up to you and look at you like, give me the mic. Put their hand out, and if they can, they'll take it out your hand. Listen, you got to be just as bold and pull the mic back. Baby, you're not on the program. What you doing? You're not on the program. Who are you? I don't even know who you are. No, you're not getting ready to get this microphone. You're not getting ready to get... Because the mic ain't for everybody, Kim Possible. The mic is not for everybody. I'm just trying to tell you. Or those who don't get the mic on purpose, because once they get it, they don't know how, when to shut up. Listen, I'm going to tell you what, plus those dry city officials, you got to listen to all of those Crispus Attucks. They don't even know how to say the words that they're trying to, they don't know how to say the names, the words, and nothing else, but somebody done wrote them a speech, Crispus Attucks, and you gotta endure all of that. You gotta endure hardness as a good soldier. Listen, Shelly Thunder, I'm gonna talk about that don't know when to shut up. My mother has always said, God rest her beautiful soul, she has always said, don't make people happy twice. Happy to see you get up and happy to see you sit down. Don't make the people happy twice. So, and listen, after you done got them that first time and they've been got, don't think that they might have been happy that one time when you got up, but when they realize you don't know how to shut up, you ain't gonna get that opportunity again. I guarantee it. Some of folk wondering why their ministry is not flourishing. Shut up. Shut up. That's what somebody said. Shut up. Shut up. You talk too much. Good Lord Jesus. You don't know when to quit. So at the end of the day, some folk just don't know when to shut up. Shelly Thunder, you didn't lie on that one. Did they go to the cemetery too? And selling bootleg programs and CDs, all of that tall pumps. They come to the MLK celebration, they loaded down, packed down with their wares and their goods. I got his speech. I got this. I got that. I got a t-shirt. Oh Lord, if we are not some vendor selling folk up in this piece, baby, we will sell you. Listen, we'll sell you your own teeth back. We will do it. We'll sell glasses to a blind man. We will do it. We'll bottle up your fart and sell it back to you. We will do it. Fragrance of STL, aura of Regina. Y'all will bottle that stuff up and sell it back because you can't help yourself. Out there in the parking lot with Rebel selling ham hocks that been smoked, selling ham that's been smoked, selling ribs that's, baby, we gonna sell it. We gonna sell it and tell it. And listen, that man been buried so many times, tall pumps, it ain't funny. It is not funny. I'm trying to tell you. Kim Possible said yesterday they talk at least 10 minutes each. They rang ring my bell, ring my bell. They ringing bells. Leave it to us to come up with 5,000 more ways to do it. 5,000 more ways to make it longer and prolong the time. We tired, saints. We tired. We tired. We wants to go home. Yes, I took the day off, but I didn't mean to be the whole day here in this same chair. I didn't mean to be in this same chair all day long. I came to celebrate the man that y'all done funeralized once more and again. It's not a celebration, it's a funeral. And might I add that I didn't mean to be here all the rest of my natural born life. I feel like I'm in prison. I'm in jail. Locked up, won't let me out. I'm in jail. This is supposed to be a celebration, y'all. So at the end of the day, they rang the bells for the beloved community. You said they used to air it for 2 hours on TV and it would always run over. Now they just schedule 4 hours of TV time. Yesterday they ended up 10 minutes early. Come on, 10. Thank God for the 10 minutes early. 10 minutes early. I can't believe it. 10 minutes early. And turn the mics off at church when the saints don't know how to shut up. Well, Kim Possible, I got something for you. I saw a church do that where they turned the mic off and the man just kept on. It was like, and he never quit. They had to go, you know how they used to do the thing with the cane that had the hook on the end and then they pulled the people off, baby. They needed a cane with the hook on the end for that man because that man still didn't get it. And he was still going. Tall pumps the bottled up fart. They will sell it. Oh, she said. Okay, I'm gonna give that one to you. Could it be? This is for the bottled up fart. Could it be? The devil. That bottled up fart ain't nothing but that old slimy devil. Let me take my shades off because you know I don't just throw shade, I shed light. Tall pumps, I just, something down in my shondo heard bottled up fart and it just came out. Listen, Cassandra, if you don't have a dream, some vendor got one to sell. Come on, Cassandra. They got one to sell you. If you don't have a dream, I got one over here. The cover is free, but the book is free, but the cover is $9.99. That's what Reverend Ike said. I'll give it to you for free. The book is free, but the cover is $9.99. That's what they'll do out there. Some of y'all don't even remember Reverend Ike Encoder. But listen, he gonna sell you everything under the sun. He had a prayer cloth, he had a blessed oil, he had, baby, you name it, he had it. You can't lose with the stuff I use, baby. And the book is free, but the cover is $9.99. Max Tresini, come on, Tassini, come on in here. I butchered your name. You might have to give me the correct pronunciation on that. But thank you and welcome to the Lion's Den. Come on in, come on in, come on in. Listen, they started flicking the lights on and off. Last call, you got to get up out of here. You don't have to go home, but you can't stay here. I hear you. Sandman from the Apollo. We need you. Listen, the Joker with Shelly, when I tell you that man kept right on. The mics turned off and everything. When I tell you, Henry Edwards, come on in the room. Thank you for coming in. Harry Markwick, thank you for coming in the room. Come on in here. So good to have you in the Lion's Den this morning. We need a Sandman ministry, Kim Possible. We need the whole entire ministry functioning and operating in the days and times in which we live. Y'all ain't ready for me. Yes, Harry. Bottle them and sell them. If they could, baby, it's going to get sold. Essence of the Boutte. Did you get our latest fragrance? Essence of the Boutte. Yes. It's free, but the shipping and handling is $9.99. Come on, Tall Pumps. Y'all feel me up in here. Y'all feel me. Good morning, bearded baritone. Come on in here. We appreciate having you. MCP, they in here acting up. These folk, I'm acting right. I got act right on my side, but they're in here acting up, and I'm trying to get them back on. I'm trying to get them back on track. But the Saints don't. The Saints don't. Listen, you done walked into bottled farts. That's what you walked into. It's a good morning, and it's more than that. It's more than that, bearded baritone. But we talking about the celebrations. So it is the cracks, the rebel. The cracks, the cracks, literally the cracks. The crackles and the snap, crackle, and pop from the cracks. So I appreciate you guys. But yes, now getting back to it though, seriously, you know, I'm really being comical, but at the same time, it needs to be celebrated. Now, like I said, that's what we were doing in the 80s, the 70s, the 80s, really the 80s, when they were not having it as a federal holiday. It was like, by any means necessary, we're taking off. Now that we've actually got the day off, I saw for the last several years, Bad Boy Bobby, come on, let's go. So glad to have you in the Lion's Den. Now that we've gone the way of, like I said, from where we were just taking our own personal leave time and we were or coordinating and organizing our own MLK celebrations. Now it's almost as if all of that and how huge it was. I remember when Coretta Scott King was brought so that they could actually sign the what allowed us to have the celebration and to make it federal. And how I can only imagine what she felt and inside after so many years of fighting to get it recognized as a holiday. So really, I told all that story and all that foolishness that I was talking about, just because y'all know I'm telling the truth though. It's funny. Now y'all know we do some funny stuff. But at the end of the day, we struggled to be able to have the commemoration of Dr. King's birthday as a national holiday. So then my question now is, from back in the 80s when we were so determined to do it and we were fighting to have it recognized, and my question now is, here in 2022, does it carry the same impact? Does it carry the same importance? And I think that you have to really deal with some elements of maybe after so many years of having another funeral for Martin Luther King, because again, it was supposed to be a celebration to commemorate, and we turned it into another black church service. We turned it into and even though yes, we had representation from different cultures, from different groups, we basically turned it into a black church service. And I know we can say, but he was a black preacher. In so many ways, I almost want to say, I put up a clip of Sidney Poitier, who was being interviewed, and they just kept interviewing him about Martin Luther King and the civil rights movement. And they were supposed to be interviewing him. You can go out on my Facebook page if you want to see specifically what I'm referencing. They were supposed to be interviewing him for a personal achievement that he had done. And so everything revolved around Martin Luther King, the civil rights movement, and so many questions. And really, many of the questions were insulting. And so Brother Poitier finally stopped and said, wait a minute, I want to ask you a question. He said, I am an actor. I am a black man. I am. And he began to list off, he said, I'm an intelligent person. And he began to list off so many things of who he was. Basically, I'm more than this. Why have you reduced me? And why have you relegated me to this little piece right here? And I have to say, it was such a remarkable answer, which is that's what I reposted for my MLK celebration on yesterday. That clip of Sidney Poitier basically holding their feet to the fire and saying, you're not going to make me a one-dimensional black man, and that's all you see is the color of my skin, and especially when there's so much more to me. And we haven't even touched the reason for which you all had this so-called press conference put together. You haven't even asked me one question about why you allegedly asked me here. Y'all want to do something totally different. And he said in that discourse of him, let me ask you a question. He basically said to them, you're always looking for something evil. You're always looking for something that you can sensationalize. You're always looking for something that you can put your mouth on and talk bad about it. Why can't you take, and we're supposed to be here. Thank you, Aristax, for your follow. We're supposed to be here to talk about something totally different. And he said, and you've disrespected me. Listen, when I tell you, and that clip just blesses my whole life. I loved it. And he said, and that's, as news reporters, that's what you do. You won't take the opportunity that you are given so many times to really speak and say something good. You're always chasing something to turn it negative and make something bad out of it. And he basically was like, and you have disrespected me. And I feel to some degree, when we think about the MLK celebration, there's so many ways and so many places that we could take that thing, but we've turned it one-dimensional. I don't want to hear you get up and recite the I Have a Dream recitation. I don't want to hear it 10,000 times. Yes, you taught it to your little 5-year-old child, and I appreciate the fact that you did. But listen, teach them. Listen, over the course of years, MLK had numerous speeches that he did. There are numerous speeches that he brought. There were many times, even, the Poor People's Campaign. There's so many elements and aspects that go beyond just the black struggle. He began to deal with the whole element of poverty and people that are impoverished. We all in the same boat. If you poor, listen, somebody said, I can't even get all 4 letters, P-O-O-R. I just got 2, po. And I said, well, if that's the case, some folks are not even po, they just because that's the society in which we live, while we've got other people that are just dripping and reeking in money and wealth, and not because of a race superiority. We're talking about because people have been abused, misused, and taken advantage of, and you don't want to talk about that, and so at the end of the day, I feel the greatest threat that he became to modern society was when he took it beyond the black and brown issue and just started talking about the issue of poverty, because poverty hits a whole lot of people. And this is the unfortunate thing. There are a lot of people that may have some privilege and may get some opportunities because of the color of their skin, more so than black and brown skin. But at the end of the day, if you poor, they don't care about you either. We've got to address the realities that exist, that all people need to have everybody and justice for all. So all people, we've got to come to this place of where it's open to everybody, life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness, not just for some, but for everyone. When we start talking about the inequities that exist in healthcare, when we start talking about the inequities that exist in the job arena, when we start talking about the inequities that exist across the board, these are the things for all people that we've got to really, really buckle down and anchor down and really start doing. So this is the thing that I'll say to the MLK celebrations, because you see, to me, I feel like there was a lot more that we did in the day. So I don't even have to get into an idea of subtle socialism. So at the end of the day, you see me, I see you. But at the end of the day, right, that's right. And so at the end of the day, coming to a place of understanding and identifying that there's work to do so that everybody can have an opportunity to life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. So as I look at the MLK celebrations and I identify and recognize the need to not make it just a one-dimensional scenario. First and foremost, it doesn't have to be a continuation of because he's a preacher, it's got to be a church celebration. Everybody does not come from those same traditions and experiences. And I think, yes, there may have been a time where we could have said, we want to expose the tradition of what Dr. King was about in his liturgical aspect, in his as a clergyman. We want to expose that to the people so they can see how we worship, mode of worship, and so on and so forth. But there's so much more. Does it have to be relegated to this same church experience over and over and over, which then leaves out so many people and excludes so many different things? And y'all don't have to agree with me. This is Yes You All Cubed, one-on-one, just me and you. And I am your spiritual thought leader. So at the end of the day, no cream, no sugar. We take this coffee strong and black because we tell it like it tis. So we have that essence and element that says, okay, can we begin to expand? Can we begin to go broader than that? You know, and I hear the ringing of the bells. Now we're ringing bells, and I don't have anything against that. Ringing bells for the community, but there's so much. It's like we'll look and reach for so many new ways and nuances to come up with another tradition, to come up with another whatever, rather than to really carry on the vision and the ministry of this man's life and what it really spoke to. Not just talk about it by repeating and regurgitating his speeches, but what have we done? What progress have we seen since the 60s? What real progress have we seen since the 60s? What real progress? And not saying we haven't had any, but it's been at a snail's pace, y'all. It's been at a snail's pace. And then we see many of the positive things where we had moved forward, where we're now going backward. And so we have to say, okay, while we continue and commemorate, are we really using it to its full effectiveness? Are we really doing the most that we could possibly? Are we really leveraging what we have here to go to another place, to another trajectory, to another plateau? Or are we going to continue to travel back to that plateau and boast about it, sing about it, march about it, sing about it? Or are we going to actually galvanize and come together and go to another plateau? Let's make a new plateau. If we really want to commemorate this man, let's really, and his movement. And it wasn't just him, there were many. He was just pulled out and became a leader as such. But even before, they brought him in. It wasn't what he started. They brought him into the movement. Let's be clear on that. They brought him into the movement. So at the end of the day, while we're commemorating him, it's not just about this one man. The movement is so much bigger than this one man. But by saying, let's commemorate the day in which he was born, just like we commemorate George Washington, just like we commemorate Abraham Lincoln, just like we commemorate the presidents, just like we commemorate all of these people of greatness and what they contributed to the country. Let's commemorate him too as a black man. Let's open this thing up to more than just white people that we want to commemorate and say, oh my God, it's so great that they were born. We're going to celebrate the day they came on this earth. Well, let's open that thing up, because there's a whole lot more people that are worthy of that kind of designation. I see you, Kim Possible. You focused your virtual MLK Day service on the next generation of youth. Oh, that's beautiful. That's beautiful. And young adults that are carrying on the legacy of MLK and how they are living into the beloved community. I love that. I love that, because the one thing we're going to have to identify, if we're not capturing our young people, if we're not capturing the youth, if we're not captivating them and bringing them into a place of really moving and launching the vision forward, it'll be just like we are today. Do y'all know all through the 2020 debacle of George Floyd and all of the others, Ahmaud Arbery, and so many before that we've seen lynched, where lynching is still going on, where all of these factors are still playing out in our current, right now society. We could literally take the same signs that they were carrying during the civil rights marches in the 60s. We could literally take those same signs and carry those same signs. Don't change a word. You don't have to change a word. We could literally take those same signs from the 60s and carry those same signs today. There's a problem. That by itself identifies there's a problem. If we can still use the same signs from the 60s, I am a man. If we can still carry the same signs from the 60s, we deserve life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. If we can still carry those same signs and have valid arguments that substantiate and support the truth of those statements, we have a problem. And I'm going to say once more and again, as was the letter from the Birmingham jail, why we can't wait. We can't continue. And all of this, it takes time. Listen, listen, at the end of the day, if we look at this egregious history and we say, okay, we're going to keep on saying it takes time, it takes time, it takes time, this is going to continue forever. Now, that brings me, and I wasn't going to come here, but since I'm here, I'm going to go ahead and segue. I listened to this morning, and I'm going to encourage you. Armani Gma, come on in here. That's my friend. I love you, sis. Come on in. Yes, what about the anti-lynch bill that's still sitting in there collecting dust, tall pumps? Pay attention. Don't be distracted by the pomp and circumstance. Literally. Come on. And I agree with you, tall pumps. So at the end of the day, I want to deal with this because this was today's conversation. I tell you guys all the time, I love Dr. Heather Cox Richardson. She and another professor of history from Yale have a conversation that they have back and forth with one another. Well, today, and I'm gonna bring this in today because I think I was not actually aware. On December the 16th of 2021, the Department of Justice walked away from trying to move forward where President Biden was trying to provide reparations to the children at the border that were separated from their parents. I don't know if you guys are aware of that or not. So that was their topic of conversation today, that as of December the 16th, they walked away. The Department of Justice walked away from that because they realized it was going to get into a tremendous amount of money. And of course, a lot of people are talking about how much that was going to cost per child. And again, dealing with the idea of, we're talking illegal immigrants. And so you can have some debate about the immigration issue and illegal immigrants and so on and so forth. Now, what I did find interesting, and this is where I'm coming today. So I'm gonna start a little early. I'm gonna go ahead and start a little early from where I was gonna go. I had a couple of videos I was gonna show you, but I'm gonna forego that to get into the conversation. So this is my conversation. And whether people realize it or not, the government continues to pay reparations to certain scenarios. Now, I'm gonna say that again. The government right now continues to pay reparations under certain situations. Now, this is what I want to come head on. I want to come head on with this. It amazes me that I see you shaking your head, tall pumps. It amazes me. And they go over and over. I mean, they had statistics. They had dates, they had times, they had places, they had the people's names that are being paid reparations by the government, not black folk. Let me just make it plain. not black folk. Well, let me say this. First and foremost, what I will say is that they found that assessing reparations does have an effectiveness. And the effectiveness isn't just about paying out money. The effectiveness is that when they do have to pay out money, the behavior changes. That's what's effective about it. Not the money, because when people have lost their lives, there's no amount of money you can give me for a person's life. Hello. There's no amount of money you can give me for a person's life. And let's be clear on this. There's even still disparate treatment where that's concerned in lawsuits and other areas of loss of life, because you can take somebody that came from podunk nowhere town and they'll win millions in a lawsuit for themselves and their family because something happened to little Janie. And you can take a black body with the same scenario and they may get thousands of dollars. They may get hundreds of thousands of dollars, but you take hundreds of thousands of dollars being paid for our lives and millions of dollars being paid for other people's lives. There is a problem. And I'm not talking about, listen, come on to the statistics. We're not playing games here. We're talking real stuff. So y'all might as well go ahead, grab your weave, grab your wig, because at the end of the day, no cream, no sugar. We take this coffee strong and black and we tells it like it T-I-Z-tis. So this is what is proven, that reparations being paid changes and alters negative behaviors. So this is something, and I'm talking about that. This isn't STL's words. This is what the government has found, and this is what the government has proven, and this is what the government has studied. So don't come in with some kind of issue about me speaking truth on truth. So at the end of the day, this is where I looked at now, and I want us to pay attention. I want us to pay attention, because even as we're moving into this next realm and into this next season and into this next time, I was stunned. I was surprised that the government was paying some monies out in reparations when we still have yet to see any kind of reparation to black people. And I'm crying foul. I'm crying foul all day long. So let's go back to the history of reparations. And so I'm gonna invite you again to go back. If you want to get some fact checking on what I'm saying, go ahead, Dr. Heather Cox Richardson, go back this morning and listen to that conversation. As a matter of fact, I might play that whole conversation over in Discord one day when I get a chance, because good information that needs to be known. However, I was dismayed, even though they would allude to the facts that brown and black bodies from slavery still have not been compensated. I was a little dismayed that they chose not to include the black struggle in the conversation in totality, but I understand what they were trying to do. So at the end, good morning, Barbara Hardy. That's my friend. That's my girl from These Are They. I love you. Come on in, because we're having a conversation about reparations this morning, and I'm doing it on purpose. So as I looked at the whole scenario, and some of you may be oblivious to this, but in 1862, what Abraham Lincoln had to do to get everybody to buy into the concept of let's stop slavery. Because listen, slavery, hear me when I say this, slave owners looked at black and brown bodies that they enslaved just like making an investment in the stock market. This is it's the same thank you, I see you, Rebel. It's the same type of thing that you see happening in the stock market. I'm gonna put my money in and invest on this, and I'm gonna make money on my money. That's what black and brown bodies enslaved by slave owners were to them. We were a commodity. We were not people. We were not human. We were just a commodity. So at the end of the day, for those that put their money in, what Abraham Lincoln had to do in 1862, or what he felt like he had to do to get them to buy into this concept of the ending of slavery, there had to be some kind of appeasement for the people that were going to lose their investment i.e., white folks that owned slaves. So whether you realize it or not, in 1862, what they put in was reparations for slaveholders. What they did was pay reparations to the slaveholders. Now, I knew that. That wasn't news to me. What was news to me was that they're really trying to negotiate a number for the kids that were left and taken from their parents at the border most recently, just like we never existed. So this is what happened. $300 per slave was paid to the slaveholders. $300 per slave was paid to the slaveholders, along with other things that they calculated that they were losing out on by losing the slave and the slave labor. That's what the government paid to slaveholders in reparations. I got to shade on that. Folks. And this isn't made up history. This isn't something that they can fact check it all day long. This is the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth. So listen, at the end of the day, could it be the devil? Baby, that ain't nothing but the old slimy devil. Come on, Kim Possible. To pay black folk for all they have done over the last 400 years is to admit that they have done something wrong. They still believe that they are right for their racism and their... Listen, all day long, I got to give it up for you on that one because that's a mouthful and it's the truth. So in reality, for anybody that's confused about reparations was made by the status quo. Let's flip that on its ear and speak the truth that it is. Reparations was created by the status quo. Reparations, again, was provided by Abraham Lincoln in his appeal to get people to buy in the abolishment of slavery, that one man should not own another man, and to acknowledge that black people are human beings. This is the problem that lay at hand. And even the 3/5 that they wanted to give us, or 2/5, I think it was it 2/5 or 3/5? My history is in my aging brain is getting a little slow. I think, was it 2/5 or 3? Might have been 2/5. 2/5 a man. That was only so that slave holders could get more opportunity in voting, and so representation in that daggum college that they got that needs to be abolished as well. So at the end of the day, we have had to struggle and hold the sign that says, I am a man. I am a man. I am a man. I'm not chattel property. I'm not an investment like you're investing in the stock market. I am a man. At 3/5, thank you, One Reason. So at the end of the day, reparations came from the status quo. And so at the end of the day, you had some freed black people that had enough presence of mind to say, okay, I'm gonna get me an attorney. And I'm gonna say, pay me $25 a week, which even for that was not a lot of money. Pay me $25 a week for the time that I've worked. Pay me, and we'll allow you to deduct the clothes that I wore. We'll allow you to deduct the 3 times a year we maybe got to go see a doctor or doctor. We'll let you have all of that. Yeah, One Reason you came in and answered, and I got thank you. One Reason is a streamer, y'all. He's my brother. He's the bishop of Twitch. If you're not following him, please go out there and follow him, because listen, that college needs to go. Tall Pumps, that college needs to go. It is just so jacked up, it ain't even funny. So at the end of the day, and that's why we had the 3/5 Tall Pump, was the only amount of humanity that was given was the 3/5 so that we have representation in the electoral college. So at the end of the day, you know, this whole reparations issue that I was dismayed about when I heard this morning that, again, December the 19th, they disbanded, the Department of Justice just walked away because it was just too much of a hot topic. We can't figure out how to get this much money to the kids that were left at the border. And I continue to cry out to my country to say, why do you continuously disregard your black children that have served this country like nobody's business? KB Browns, come on in here, my brother. So good to see you. That's my guy. Why do you continue to just step over us like we don't exist? Because listen, not only from the internment of the Japanese that we did in this country, which was dastardly, not only from the internment did they get reparations, then they came back in the 80s, I think it was like 82, and decided some of it wasn't just because the different proportion that people were getting paid. Some folk were getting a little bit of nothing, and while others, so they came back in 82 and came back with an across the board, let's get everybody from the Japanese community that served in these internment camps, let's get all of them, let's get them repaired, let's get them back to where everybody should be on an equal plane from that community. So they did that. They did what poor work they did with the native brothers and sisters and gave them what they did. They did that because we came over here and took the indigenous people's lands. We took everything that you had. We pillaged, we raped, we robbed, we did all of that. But here, let me give you this. And please go over there in the corner and sit down and shut up. We did that. But the brown and black children of this country that continue to this day to have to fight and hold up signs that say, I am a man, we still will not give reparations. So listen, so at the end of the day, they wanted to do business with Japan. Come on, one reason. And this is the thing. So many times we have to deal with the ugliness of what we've done. We've got to deal with the ugliness of why we do the things that we do. We've got to deal with the ugliness of, you know, don't act like give me your tired, your poor, your huddled masses yearning to be free, the wretched tempest of your send these your homeless tempest tossed to me. I lift my lamp beside the golden door. Like we're doing all of that out of the goodness and the kindness of our hearts. No, usually there is an agenda and there's an ulterior motive attached to many of the things that this racist society has loved doing. And that's not everybody. Every white person is not racist. Every white person does not experience the privilege in totality. So this isn't an indictment against white people at large. This is an indictment against capitalistic society that's built for the structure of white, rich, old white men. They weren't even talking about white women, old white men. So I want us to identify that we've got to deal with some realities. Now, y'all get ready. If they start cutting me off, if I start getting clipped out today, y'all gonna know what's y'all gonna know this coffee was too strong. It got a little chunky up in here. But we're talking facts here, and y'all know that I am always about positivity. I'm always about love. I see you, Mac 522. I love that you're here. Thank you for being here. Listen, it depends on what country is sending them over here. So listen, because even immigration, there's a whole lot of disparity in immigration and immigration policy. We're putting it out there, Shelly Thunder. No cream, no sugar. We take this coffee strong and black, and we ain't taking no shade up in here today. Y'all get your coffee cups out. Because listen, and then they identified in the thing today, because this is the part that I want to make us aware. Some of us did not know this because I didn't, not to this extent. So there was a time when the mafia was strong and unfettered, where the mafia was going into where the Hispanics lived and was killing up the Hispanic people left and right. They were killing up the Spanish speaking people left and right because they wanted to move in on that land. And so this is the part, this is why we've got to know everybody's history. I know Black history, but I don't know all of the history of all of my brothers and sisters of other cultures and nationalities. So, you know, I know about the Asian internment camps. I know about that. But this piece of history here, I did not know, with those that were coming across the border. And so this is where the mafia was going in and killing these folk up. And so, listen, this becomes part of the problem because the government started saying that this is the issue between the federal government and states' rights. The federal government wanted to start saying, but that's going on in the states. We don't have any control of that. They're killing up these Hispanic people left and right so they can move in on these territories. And they're just doing it openly and boldly. Like, hey, nobody's business. Just kill up. Listen, another Hispanic, bam, 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 let's kill them up. So, you know, then this is what happened. What had happened was, for anybody that doesn't know this piece of history, because it was education for me this morning, I enjoyed it. I said, you know, we're going to talk about this thing this morning because there are a lot of even brown and Black bodies that are out there screaming, we don't want reparations. We don't need reparations. I need you to take your lips, hips, and your fingertips and go someplace and get educated. Good morning, Kinetic K. Come on in here. We having conversation. It's so good to see you, sis. We need to get educated. We need to get edumacated and sit down and shut up because we are due reparations. So that at the end of the day, this is what happened. So then Mexico and the countries to the south challenged the government, who started trying to say states' rights, states' rights, states' rights. We can't do nothing with California and Florida out here acting up and killing up all these folks. That's not our problem. That's a states issue. That's a states' right issue. We ain't got nothing to do with that. So this is what the countries from the South came back to the United States with and said, yes, but you're guilty for doing nothing. Pay us for that. I'm going to say it again. The countries from the South came to the United States and their clapback was, okay, you can scream states' rights all day long if you want to, but we're still going to demand payment from you, United States federal government, for doing nothing to really cover these internationals that are on your territory. You're responsible as a federal government to protect these people. And you did nothing to protect our people. So pay us for that. And guess what, folks? The United States is paying them. And so this, when we start looking at, you say what now? You say what? And I'm going to go back to what One Reason said about the reparations that were paid to the Japanese, because we want to do trade with Japan. The United States listen, Japan pretty near, if you really look at it, I'm starting to see red lights coming up down here. So y'all, if I get cut off, I'm gonna try to make it back. Hopefully they're not gonna cut me all the way off. Now, Rebel, you heard what I said. Doing nothing makes them just as guilty, Shelly Thunder. That was the argument that the countries came back to against the United States, and the United States paid them reparations. Good morning, DJ Miss Classy. Come on in here. We having a pretty intense conversation, and I got a suspicion I might get cut off here in a minute, but we gonna hang out here as long as we can. So at the end of the, because we spit knowledge, come on, no cream, no sugar. Thank you for liking the stream, Teresa Jones. No cream, no sugar. We taking this coffee strong and black because we telling it like it. T-I-Z-Tis. So let's go back and cover what we've identified so far. There's a little bit of reparations thrown to our native brothers and sisters for stealing their land and pillaging it and taking all their resources. There's a little bit that's been thrown out there, and a little chump change check that they get on the regular for everybody that's on the rolls within the various tribes, and they're still getting chump change. Okay, Uncle Diddy is a streamer. Come on in here, Uncle Diddy. I love you, man. If you're not following Uncle Diddy, please follow him because he is an excellent streamer. I love you. Come on in. If you're not following him, please follow him. Now get back. So we got the natives. The natives got reparation because we took the land and then shoved them in little corners of their own land. Yes, we shoved them into little corners that we called reservations, and what was once all theirs, the Reader's Digest condensed, or no, my better analogy, condensed milk. My mother used to use condensed milk whenever, don't let the refrigerator go out or a power outage or something like that. You ain't worried. You got condensed milk. You get that can of condensed milk and you get that cream and pour it out, put a little water in there. You got milk right now. Well, listen, we put the natives into condensed milk, but we just robbed them and raped them of everything that they had. So we give them their little throw of change here and there if they're on the rolls, and we call it a day, and give them a whole bunch of alcohol, tall pumps, a whole bunch of alcohol to soothe their sorrows. And you ain't lied about that. That is a true word altogether. And I used to pastor where right at the reservation, a little town called White Cloud. So she ain't lying. She's telling what God loves, and that's the truth. So by the time we pillage them full of alcohol and then say, oh, they got an alcoholism problem on the reservation. You think? When you're all but pouring alcohol down their throats? Anyway, so then we get to the internment of our Japanese brothers and sisters. We throw a little change at them. Somebody comes back in the 80s and says, listen, they got X amount and all we got was pennies on the dollar. So then we came back and got another round of reparations for our Japanese brothers and sisters. And there you go. Then I'm telling you that we had the scenario that I learned about. For me, it was new knowledge. When I listened to Dr. Cox Richardson talk this morning, and she's citing times, she's citing dates, she's citing exact experiences. I don't have all that knowledge, but like I said, I'm almost tempted to replay that video so those that are interested can watch it, because this is just dastardly. That there are reparations that were demanded for the Hispanic folk that the mafia was killing up left and right. And because the United States of America did nothing to protect those nationals that were here on American soil, no, we can't do nothing because of states' rights. It's the state's fault. That's what the government was screaming. But then the countries came back and said, yeah, but as a federal government, it's your responsibility. You did nothing. Show me the money. So reparations are being paid out there. I hope I got everybody up to speed. So as we get down to the reality of all of this, and reparations are still being paid out in little one-offs that people don't know anything about. And so this is the thing. So let me go back, if I can go back to the issue of how Black people continue to be overlooked and left out of the reparations. And for anybody that didn't know this, I'm going to say it once more and again. Recognize this. In 1862, for Abraham Lincoln to get everybody on the same page with the idea of abolition, the abolishment of slavery, they paid reparations to the slave holders. Now, if that ain't jacked up, I don't know what is. They paid reparations to the slave holders and $300 per head. Because again, as I told you, Black bodies were considered no more than animals in chattel slavery. We were no different than the horses, the cows, the sheep, the oxen, the Black folk. And so they pay, listen, it could bring your pressure down, but I have to talk about this because this is a wrong that must be righted. This is a wrong that must be made right. And I need you to go out with knowledge and information so that we can begin to speak knowledgeably and intelligently to this issue. It's so jacked up, KB Browns. It's so jacked up because they considered black people and the releasing of the black people, and they knew that. And then of course, let's not even move away from the reality that they turned right back around. I'm free, but let's go into sharecropping, which was nothing than a next level slavery system. Sharecropping was nothing more than a next level slavery system. So at the end of the day, and can we tell the truth? There's still so many disparities going on right now, not just for black and brown bodies, but like Martin Luther King uncovered, poor people. It's a poor people's issue. And I hope that we'll begin to understand. Now, please believe me, I'm going to stand every inch, every fiber, every ounce of my being. I'm going to stand for black folk, but I'm also standing for poor folk, because they don't care what color you are if you're poor. And I'm against all manner of injustice for everybody. So at the end of the day, and later on Jim Crow, KB Browns, later on Jim Crow. Listen, Shelly Thunder got some medics down here for you, Rebel. She got some medicine for you. So at the end of the day, I'm telling the truth, Mac 522. So at the end of the day, we've got to start crying out justice all the way across the board. So understand this. When you look at people who were already the wealthiest of the wealthy in this country, and then turn around and pay them reparations. Did you hear what I said? Pay them $300 a head. You the best. Come on in here, sis. I love you so much. I love you. I love you. I love you. We having a conversation in here today. Might get a little rough. So, at the end of the day, you take the wealthiest of the wealthy in this country, because slave holders were wealthy. Because slave holders didn't care about, and I'm going to say this with no negativism, but the term poor white trash came from white folk. Black folk didn't make up the term poor white trash. White folk made up the term poor white trash against their own people. So at the end of the day, I want us to understand they didn't care. So if you look at who was holding slaves, were people that had wealth. And I'm going to say it again, those black and brown bodies to them were just like them investing in the stock market. We were the black gold, literally. We were the black gold, black and brown bodies out there slaving in the fields. We were the black gold, not Texas tea black gold, which was oil, but we were the black gold of those slave holders that made them filthy rich. Then you turned around, and I'm going to say it again, with the idea of getting everybody to buy into this concept of how we can, any way, shape, or form, get everybody on the same page to abolish slavery. We're going to have to come up with some kind of reparations to the slave holders, not the slaves. Now, I went 2 times around telling that story for the newcomers coming in, but I was happy to tell it twice, because for the folks that heard it on the first time around, I wanted to be crystal clear in your head. I wanted to be crystal clear in your mind when we have conversations about reparations. So every scenario of black people that came and brought charges and filed claims that they wanted reparations was turned down. And I said, the one case that they talked about that gained so much notoriety, they said, listen, just pay us $25 a week for our labor, which was really below market value, even for the time that they filed and asked for reparations. It was below market value of their labor at that time. Just pay us $25 a week. You can take out of that the clothes that we wore. You can take out of that the 3 medical visits that we might have had during the week. You can take all of that. You can take out of that the food. You can take out of that whatever you want. And we couldn't even get that. They could not. The ex-slaves could not even get that. And then they limited for number of years. They didn't say for all the time I worked your plantation. They said, okay, for the last 20 years, for the last 20 years of my lifeblood that you sucked out of me, for the last 20 years that you got, listen, go ahead and just pay me for that. And then let us go free. And couldn't get that. So now, while we look at that, and while we understand that has been the stance against brown and black bodies this whole time, I still want you to be clear that then we came with the natives, we came with our brothers and sisters that were of Japanese descent. We came to the Jewish community. We came again to the Hispanic community that had been killed off by the mafia. We came to all of these different groups and paid reparations and continue to pay reparations. And we're looking how to pay reparations to the children crossing the border. And I'm going to go back again to what One Reason has said. Why do we think there's a willingness to continue figuring out some kind of way to get reparations to those little children that were taken and separated from their parents that were coming across the border? Because we still want to do business and trade with those countries across the border. That, beloved, is strong drink this morning. That, beloved, is strong drink this morning. But there's so much truth in it. And the other thing that was in the reparation package, $300 per head of the slaves on the plantation. $300 per head. And this one just almost took me out. $100 for any black person that wanted to leave the country. Let me say it again. $100 for any black person that wanted to leave the country. And one more time for the Holy Ghost. $100 for any black person that wanted to leave the country. Towel pumps, children that were separated during slavery time up until present day, cut the check. And on that, I'm going to unshade. We didn't get anything for our mental trauma. We didn't get anything for the physical labor. We didn't get anything for the abuse. We didn't get anything for anything but hard times. KB Browns, come on now. Could it be? Could it be? Oh my God. The devil. Baby, that ain't nothing but that old slimy devil. That ain't nothing but that old slimy devil. And I got to unshade because, you know, I don't just throw shade, I shed light. So this is an element. I see you, BTD mom. I see you, Cassandra. I see you, KB Browns. Listen, I see you, Armani G Mall. Nothing. We got nothing. Please be clear on that. We got nothing. Cassandra Isaiah, we are the people. We're a chosen generation equipped to help every sick, sadistic, lost nation get better, healed, and delivered. We are here for such a time as this, believing all things are possible. And I'm all day with you, Cassandra. Show them who you are. And still we rise. Still we come to the top. And listen, we rise not only ourselves, but we say, I'm going to lift my brother. I'm going to lift my sister. I'm going to lift every other culture. I'm going to lift every other group of people. It doesn't matter who injustice is being lodged against. We will rise and bring other folk with us because it's wrong. This is dastardly, y'all. It's just dastardly. Am I talking to anybody in here? So as we look at it, we have survived the impossible and been equipped to bring forth to things deemed impossible. Yet we rise performing miracles right before their eyes. Do the right thing now, you devils. You talk about the devil. That's Diablo. Woo, y'all ain't ready for me this morning. That's Diablo. Oh, Lord Jesus. And we can't get an anti-lynching rights bill passed. We can't get the We the People. We can't get Voting Rights Act passed. We can't get we can't get nothing. Anytime it comes to brown and black skin, y'all say jump over. I feel, yes, it reminds me of that little children's game. Broom over whose head? Now, as we talk about, I see you, BTD mom, they don't have enough money to pay us. Listen, you got folk that are so filthy rich in money, Kim Possible. There's money out there. There's all kind of mad money out there. And a lot of these people that are really rolling in this crazy amount of money are the people that every time something turns around, they get paid. So look at it. You had slaves. You get paid. Not the slaves that are being freed. You get paid for holding slaves. Then you turn around and you come up with the credit system. You get paid. Y'all ain't buying what I'm selling. Then you have the bank debacle of 2008. Listen, you know who was making money in the bank debacle? The people that had money, they got paid. Every time you turn around, they get paid. They got enough money. They got enough money to pay. So at the end of the day, I got to tell it. I got to cry. Because at the end of the day, I want us to understand. And this was the thing that I really enjoyed about that conversation that they had. The conversation that they had showed statistically, it's proven that when and wherever they imposed reparations, the behaviors changed. I'm going to say it again. When and wherever they imposed reparations, the behaviors changed. It was an aversion to negative behavior. And so this is the thing that I am crying foul, because you refuse to give reparations to brown and black bodies. Oh, but it's happening. You refuse to give reparations to brown and black bodies. That's one reason the behaviors don't change. Am I talking to anybody in here? They print money for less. They got money and then some, tall pumps. We ain't buying what you selling. You got money and you can print money. And they listen, they can make money. They can do whatever they want to do. When the government needs money, it finds it immediately. No wait time, KB Browns. I don't care what the situation. I don't care what the circumstance. They always find money when they need money. I don't care how much they claim they ain't got no money. And then let's get this, because it's us that are paying the money. It's not the wealthy folk paying taxes because they're not paying their fair share. It's not these people that we're talking about that get richer and richer because they're not paying their fair share. This is what I want you to understand. It's our money. And we can't even get our own money back. Y'all ain't ready for me. We can't get our own money back because people of wealth find tax loopholes so that they don't have to pay taxes. Poor people and black people don't get those same tax loopholes. They don't get those same tax benefits. And so the money that's sitting in the till, the money that's sitting in their coffers is largely made of our money. Taxpayer dollars. And if you're not a taxpayer and you ain't got a dollar in the pot, you listen, it's our money. Am I talking to anybody in here? Ooh, am I talking to anybody in here? BTD mom, they got so much money to throw away that they taking it to the moon. Whenever they get ready, they get on a flight and go up there to see what they can see. The same people that are making money off the current plague, like that, honey, that money hasn't left the earth. It's just changing hands. Be clear on that. When all of these circumstances and situations and catastrophes happen, money doesn't leave the earth. It just changes hands. And more times than not, it's money coming from the poor and those that don't have it, exchanging there, and the money is leaving their hands, going to the people that already are filthy rich in money. Whew, am I talking to anybody? The same pocket, Shelly, keep getting filled, and it's not ours, but it's our money that's going in their pockets, though. Am I talking to anybody in here? They ain't got it for us, but they got the money. One reason. They don't have it for us, but they got the money. Come on, touchdown. I love it, Cassandra. And the points are very good. We roaring up in here, y'all. So this is the thing. So when we talk about the MLK Day celebration, and I felt like this is apropos, and for some it may be like, ooh, spiritual, I think you on some shaky ground here. No, I feel like I'm on good ground. I feel like I'm on ground that needs to be covered. If we talking about MLK, Keisha K36, thank you for hosting the stream, and welcome to the Lion's Den. If we're talking about, and this is why we don't owe y'all nothing. Yes, you do. Stop saying that. Yes, you do owe us something. Whew. Am I talking to anybody? 45 totally validated that to be true. Come on. I'm telling you, they got money for wars, but they can't feed the poor. Tupac was an enemy of the state, one reason. And I'm going to tell you what, that brother was spitting knowledge. That brother was spitting truth. That brother was exposing. I'm telling you, these are the types of things, because he came through even with his mother as being a part of the Black Panther Party, and how they were villainized and how they were lied on and everything else. At the end of because they basically saying, you're not going to make me back down. You going to do violence against me. I'm going to do violence against you. I do not advocate violence. I do not in any way, shape, or form. But at the same time, for folk to say you not gonna, like the slap heard around the world when that man slapped Sidney Poitier and Sidney Poitier slapped him right back. Yes, God. Yes, God. Yes, God. Tupac was as they say, this woke. Tupac was woke. They would love for y'all to go back to sleep. They're praying for y'all to go back to sleep. They would fight for y'all to go back to sleep. Y'all ain't liking what I'm selling this morning. Trump told us directly he cheats on his taxes because the loopholes are there. And KB Brown's, he's not the only one, so there's no point in being mad at Trump. He basically has said, I'm taking advantage of what they put out here for rich folk. Why are you mad at me that I use the exact tools that they put out here for rich folk not to pay taxes? That's where we have got to start waking up and saying, listen, somebody needs to say something. There's a change. And listen, y'all can say socialism all day long. I ain't scared of that word, because at the end of the day, it's not socialism. We're saying do the right thing. Do the right thing. And I ain't no on the sly socialist. I'm saying do the right thing. Cry loud from the same a Bible that y'all want to act like you so holy and hoist up that American flag and think you all of that patriotism and everything else. That ain't no patriotism. Did you read the Bible when it said, cry loud, spare not, lift up your voice like the trumpet and show my people their transgressions in the house of Jacob their sins? Did you read that, racist white folk? Did you read that? Let justice run down like a stream. Did you read that, racist white folks? Y'all ain't ready for me. Woo. And I ain't got to shake. I ain't got to lower my head. I ain't got to say I'm sorry. I don't need to apologize. I don't need to drop my head, because at the end of the day, I stand in truth. And the truth of the matter is, if you're going to talk about liberty and justice for all, if you're going to talk about life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness, if you're going to talk about the greatness of this country, if you're going to talk about all of those things, and Jesus loves life and he hates abortion, but after the lives get here, if you say they need to be fed and they need health care, oh, that's socialism. Baby, if that's your religion, you keep it, because God ain't in that. God ain't in that. While you running around here trying to play holier than thou, that's some devilment. And I'm not talking politics. I'm talking about right. I'm talking about, should somebody be someplace starving? Should somebody be someplace and can't be treated for their illnesses and their diseases? Do you think that's right? That ain't no socialism. At the end of the day, if I see my brother is hungry and it shut up my bowels of compassion, who am I to say I have the love of God? And that's the Bible. The same Bible y'all want to run around and tote and carry, but you want to carry your rifle and your flag and kill the folk at the same time. No, ma'am, no, sir. Woo. And I love everybody, but I'm not going to eat your foolishness. And you surely are not going to cram that racist, hateful, evil belief system of Christianity, as you call it, down my throat. And I'm a Christian too. It's just not gonna happen. We just ain't gonna play that game. We're not gonna play that game. We're not gonna play that game. Ooh. KB Browns, they carry the Bible but don't live the Bible. And I'm gonna say, if we're gonna put that on either side, but at the end of the day, please don't do it in the name of God when it ain't nothing but racism. That's what I'm talking about. Because we got some folk on our side too that ain't doing what the Bible said. It's not, somebody said hydrate. Listen, this is Martin Luther King Day celebration. And it's still about love, everybody, for everybody. It's still about poor people being lifted up. It's still about the wealthy that trample your brothers and sisters underfoot. It's still about all of that. All of that. All of that. Let righteousness run down like a stream, but do right. Don't be out here playing games and trying to pull wool over people's eyes. This Pride Alliance, Pride, this Pride Alliance is relentless. And you gonna hear us roar. Somebody said, check my pressure. Oh, my kit is back there. I didn't pull it up here with me today, Shelly Thunder. Y'all tell me, let me hydrate. Let me get that one. Let me get that one in. Thank you for the biddies, BTD Mom. Now, I done told what God loves, and that's the truth. So while we talking about reparations, I want you to be clear. They're still paying reparations to certain people. It just ain't us. They doing it undercover. They doing it on the slide. But money's being paid out. Thank you for the biddies, KB Browns. It just ain't coming to us. And like I said, it has been proven that reparations deter adverse behaviors by the people that are doing it. And I contend that when we start getting reparations to brown and black bodies, we'll start seeing behaviors change. It's already started in some way. Check your pressure too, DJ Miss Classy. Medics, where you at, Shelly Thunder? Medics, we need medics in the room. I'm telling the truth. And this is documented and recorded, substantiated facts. I'm not making up stuff, y'all. This is real stuff. There's the medic. Thank you, One Reason. Come on in. Good morning, Crazy Berry Town. Good morning. We had to call the medics on this one, Crazy Berry Town, because we done hurt up some folk in here with this truth. This truth was slicing and dicing, cutting, and oh my Lord, this truth is marching on. Glory, hallelujah. Because this truth is marching on, that it's happening. It's happening, y'all. It's happening. Thank you for the biddies. One reason. Oh, y'all done started a hype train. Oh, thank you. Thank y'all. See, I appreciate you. You didn't have to do it, but you did. Listen, we got to talking about reparations up in here. And I want you all to take that truth away. Have that knowledge. Have that understanding. Be clear. Y'all understand my passion. Royal Confessions, it's passion. This is passion for me. Thank you for the hype train. Then you will know the truth and the truth will set you free. And KB Browns, that's my goal. The same way, the other places of reparation I knew about, these current places of reparation I didn't know about. And so the question, thank you, Kim Possible. Thank you for those biddies. The question in my mind, KB Browns, as I was listening to them this morning, and they purposely, and they did acknowledge black people still have not received reparations. They acknowledged that. But as they kind of stepped over that and tiptoed around that and got into all these other places that are being paid reparations, man, DJ Miss Classy, my blood pressure start going up. Now, even though I am totally opposed to what we've done to those little kids at the border by stripping them away. Thank you for the biddies, KB Browns. Thank you for the biddies, DJ Miss Classy. Even though I'm so opposed to what we've done to those little children on the border, I feel for them. But this is what I'm saying, Joe, President Biden, administration, y'all spend this time to go out and try to figure out how y'all can get money. And again, there's enough money. If y'all wanted to give those kids reparations, you could do it. So when the Department of Justice walked away on December the 16th, you basically said, we put on, thank you, Kinetic K. Thank you for the sub. I appreciate you for 3 months with me, sis. We basically said, yes, we recognize the government did you all a wrong. We wronged you. At least you got that admission. We as black people, we can't even get folks to admit that they treated us, that they did us wrong. We can't even get that admission of guilt in a real way, in a genuine way. We can't even get that. And again, I'm gonna keep coming back to what One Reason. I hope y'all heard that nugget that he put out there. The reason why they're doing the things that they're doing with the countries that they're insisting on coming up with, trying to find some reparation money or paying reparations, it's because of trade, TRADE. They want to continue trading and build trade with those countries. They got to put some money out there. And isn't it interesting? They were willing to give black folks $100 to leave the country. If you leave, we'll give you $100. But we didn't have a country. We don't have a country. We are Americans. We're American citizens that are born on this earth, born on this ground. Thank you for the biddies, BTD Mom. We're born on this soil. There's no place for them to send us to. We ain't even going back to Liberia. We ain't doing that. Y'all can go if you want to. I ain't going nowhere. I'm an American citizen. I'm not going anywhere. So that since there's no skin in the game for them, ain't no reparations that have materialized as of yet. But it's gonna happen. Let me tell you what, it's gonna happen as we continue to wake other lions to this reality that they're out here paying reparations, but they still ain't paying us. As we know more clearly and have better understanding, oh, reparations are being paid, it just ain't been paying to us. As we understand that, oh yeah, and you know why it's such a best kept secret? Because they don't want folks to know that they're out here paying reparations, lest a large group of black folk rise up and say, hold up, swole up. You're not gonna get away with this one. You owe us. Pay me the money. As Tall Pump said, cut the check. They did wrong, and all they want to give us is an apology. Come on. It's always about money, Shelly Thunder. It's always about money. Follow the money. Isn't that what they've always said when they were dealing with all of the criminal cases, whether it's Watergate, whether it's this, that, or the other, police investigations, whatever. The infamous words, show me the money and follow the money. It always has a way of getting back to that little concept. Follow the money. I bet they wish they could put us back on those boats to Liberia. I ain't going nowhere. And no, and I'm gonna say this, KB Browns, I don't think so, because the creative energy that black folks have always had since the very beginning of this world, and we will have until the very end of this world when it should come. The energy of creativity from black people is overwhelming. It's unprecedented. It's like none other. And no, we're not the only ones out here creating, but I'm just absolutely aware how much when you look at the majority of the inventions that have been put out there, even though other people got patents, other people got paid, other people got money, it came from a bunch of black folk more time than not. And we've never, ever, ever, even the songs that got white people's names on it that white people know they didn't write. And I don't say white people with any venom. And so, you know, what's the politically correct? I'm not trying to go to Caucasian and this and that and the other. I mean, no venom when I say white people. White people have put their names on songs that we've written that they know they didn't write, and they're getting paid. They're getting paid. Today, their ancestors are getting paid. Everybody getting paid, except for the person that wrote it. Listen, Rudy Tooty, Old Fruity, listen, baby said, y'all stuck it to me and you didn't even use no Vaseline. We've seen it over and over and over again. So as we come to this point, I want us to we are revenue creators for sure, KB Browns. We're just creators. That's what we do. And I feel everybody does. But as the mother country, Mother Africa, there is that element, the source of civilization, that there's just so much creativity that we'll always have. It's in our genes as it is breathing air. So at the end of the day, I love everybody. They getting paid for inventions they didn't create, BTD Mom. And that's true. That's the truth. I'm looking, thank you so much for the raid train. Everybody that gave, you didn't have to do it, but you did. And I appreciate you. Listen, and the medical field is the worst, Michelle, for taking back black creations and then denying black people treatment or putting it at a cost that the black people cannot afford it when it was created by our hands. Y'all owe us some reparations. Reparations are needed and warranted and right. So at the end of the day, y'all, I just wanted on this MLK following on the heels of the Martin Luther King celebration, I'm saying to us, y'all, let's take it to another level. Let's go to another place, another dimension, another facet, and don't just keep hanging back here doing the same thing over and over again. He doesn't need another funeral. Y'all don't need to funeralize him again. We don't need the choir singing. We don't need all of that. We need to get up and do something and be about it. I love y'all with the love of God. I'm going to get ready to get up out of here once more. And again, I want to thank you for that hype train. You didn't have to do it. You never have to do it. But for everybody that contributed, and for those that didn't contribute it, but your heart is here and your love is here, thank you so much. I love you guys. I really, really do. Now let's get ready to get up out of here. I hope I said something today that blessed you. I hope I said something today that maybe you didn't know before, but now you know. If you didn't know, now you know. DJ Miss Classy, I'm so happy. Come on, let me stop just 1 second before I get out of here. Every streamer that's in my stream, Crazy Berrytown, I saw you when you came in, sis. Every streamer that's in my stream, please drop your link down in there. Drop your link down in there. I want people to follow you. I appreciate you for coming over here and just spending some time with me. I appreciate you. Now, while you all are dropping your links, I just want to take this opportunity, if I can, to talk about a few things that we got on here every Friday at 12 o'clock noon. Crazy Berrytown and Kim Possible 7-Eleven. They're in here with me, y'all. And we talk good grief. It's a journey. It's a beautiful journey through grief. I want you to come on through here. I'll get into it if you need to get your body right. I love it. Friday, 12 o'clock noon, and it is a blessing, y'all. Then at 2 o'clock on Friday, I got my millennials, my girls, my young folk. If you want to hang with the young folk, yes, and turn that thing around, you want to come in here to reboot. That's at 2 o'clock. Every Friday afternoon, and those babies put it on us. I tell you, they're so good. And then on Sunday evening, I've got my friends that come up in here. I've got Jabez, I've got Royalty, I've got Tyrone, and I've got Jonna CPW. They come in and we just come in and have fun. I'm telling you, on yesterday or the day before yesterday, we just hee-heed and kikied. We had a blast. It was a beautiful time. That's Yes You with Friends every Sunday at 6 o'clock. And then, of course, I'm here Tuesday through Friday at 7 in the morning to 9 o'clock in the morning, Central Standard Time. All times are Central Standard Time with Yes You O Cubed. And 2 o'clock, I preach a sermon just once a week. I'm supposed to do it once a week. At 2 o'clock on Sunday afternoon, we preach a sermon for anybody that wants to hear a word in season that's on time and timely. Come on and meet me at 2 o'clock on Sunday. Well, it's time to get out of here, y'all. I love every last one of you. I feel for my brother. I feel for my brother and I feel for my sister. I love y'all. I love y'all. I saw Drop It Low for Jesus. This has been Yes You O Cubed with your spiritual thought leader, Regina L. Stillman. And listen, I'm so glad for everybody that came in here to be with me on today. I hope you got something out of what I said. And listen, we're not going to stop talking about reparations until we get it. I want you to get what you deserve because, baby, we deserve it. Yes, we do. Now, at the end of the day, as somebody said, I am up in here all over the place. You can find me just about anywhere. So go ahead and follow me. Won't you do it? You can follow me on Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, TikTok, Patreon, Twitter, Twitch, Anchor, Discord, and more. I'm out there, y'all. I really, really am. You know the mantra that we have over here. I am all powerful in love. Yes, I am. God has not given me a spirit of intimidation. God has not given me a spirit of fear. I have power. I have love, and I have a sound mind. And I love it, love it, love it. You do too. You are all powerful in love. Come on with that boss energy. Now, come on. I don't just want you to talk about change, but I need you to be the change. And at the end of the day, you're not in this thing all alone because it's us, you, me, we all. Y'all, we in this thing together. And I love it, love it, love it. And I want you to know I love you. Thank you for coming in the Lion's Den. It's special over here because we are family and we love one another. Now, y'all copy that raid message because when we get up out of here, we're going to go to somebody else's channel and we just going to spread the love from the Lion's Den with them before this day is over. So I thank you, BTD Mom, for the cheers. I thank you, One Reason, Kim Possible, 7-Eleven, DJ Classic 6, KB Brown, Crazy Berrytown, DJ Miss Classy. I thank y'all for creating that hype train and taking it over the top. You're so precious. And again, you didn't have to do it, but you did. I just want to tell you thank you. My moderators are the best anywhere. They cover me. They're beautiful women. The Rebel Inc., Shelly Thunder, and Michelle Browno. They cover me. They cover this stream. They blocked a whole bunch of folk up in here today, and I ain't mad at you. Thank you for doing it. Poetic Cradiance, I think you got blocked. Pixel Plays, Artisacks, all of Roberto, Arian, Panga, Ricardo, I think all of y'all got blocked, but thank you for subscribing. Listen, Henry Edwards and Harry Markwick, I love you, I love you, I love you. Thank you so much. And Kinetic K for the resub. Come on for everybody that hosted the stream. One Reason, The Rebel Inc., Keisha Key 36, BTD Mom, Crazy Berry Town, Kim Possible, 7-Eleven, Tall Pumps, Monica Smith, Shelby Nicole Cosplay, Armani, G-Ma, Shelly Thunder, you the best, you really are the best. And Michelle Browno, thank y'all, I appreciate you. Listen, I love you so much. I want you to remember, I am a spiritual being having a natural experience. I got fresh oil, new rind, and a new iteration. I walk in boss energy. Come on and have peace for your journey. I love you.